Peace and blessings. I'm happy to report that my son and I have made it home safely from Haiti and Belize. All of our missions were accomplished. All praise be to God. We're at home, we're safe, and we're well. Now, like many of us right now, I'm in my feelings. I was saddened to hear that yet another black man who was unarmed has been shot on camera. I didn't watch the video for emotional reasons, and I'm not going to watch it. But from what I understand, the story now is that the body cameras fell off of the police officers, so they weren't really able to document everything that happened. I considered watching the video and writing a spoken word piece to express that we needed to unify, come together, take action. But honestly, what purpose would that serve? We can get into our feelings and we can really desire to take action, but what action would we take? Would we protest again, march again, petition again, demand more body cameras again? What would we do? I'm honestly at a loss for solutions to combat this genocide that has been taking place for the last 400 years by asking the oppressors to stop oppressing, by asking the executioners to stop executing our men. While I am disturbed by the actions that the officers took towards Alton Sterling, I'm more disturbed and outright disgusted because I'm seeing that people online, black people and white people alike, are putting up these posts about how Alton Sterling deserved to die. Now, if you've read Albert Camus' The Stranger, right? If you remember in that book, it was like the man who was on trial, he hadn't really done anything that was wrong, but instead of them holding his actions on trial, they actually held his character on trial, and then he was executed not because of the actions that he had taken or the crime that he had committed, but because they felt that his character was somehow flawed, so he deserved to die for that reason. Okay? Now, the actions that caused Amadou, Oscar, Trayvon, Mike Brown, Alton Sterling's deaths don't seem to be as much of a concern for some people as their characters are of concern. We are these men's judge and jury post-mortem, so many willing to list off the reasons that they were not angels and they deserved to die for that reason. Today on social media, for example, I read a post where hundreds of black women applauded Alton Sterling's murder because he was allegedly a registered sex offender, having impregnated a teenage girl when he was 20 years old. Now, we can argue about whether or not it was right for him to have a relationship with that girl 17 years ago. Me personally, I know that when I was 17, I was with a man who was 24, 25 years old, who I had a beautiful son by when I was a teenager. So, and that was not rape, but I cannot argue about that. I don't really know what happened, but what sense does it make to debate about someone's past after said person has been unjustly executed? Did we somehow intuit that Mr. Sterling had a questionable past? Did the officers somehow know that? Did they have psychic abilities and serve justice through his murder? Or more likely, is it the consensus of society that black men ain't about nothing, which fuels such murders to continue to take place with impunity? If most people hold this subconscious belief that black men are bad, worthless, and probably deserve some type of punishment, then these murders can continue to happen with no one, white or black, feeling an immense sense of guilt about it. So now let's talk about the divine masculine. The divine masculine is a term that represents balanced males who are in touch with their inner king, warrior, magician, and lover. If I ask you to picture the best father or the best husband that you know, you would probably picture a man who fits all of the characteristics of being in tune with his divine masculinity. Now, while we cannot resurrect the thousands of men who have been slain by clans in white hoods or black uniforms, we can resurrect the divine masculine in the men that we know and love that are still alive. Many black men whose lives also matter walk around with functional depression, borderline suicidal, because they feel so overextended and unappreciated in their daily lives. Many black men whose lives also matter are not celebrated until they are lying dead in the street. We'll stand up for Alton Sterling now that he's in the morgue. But how many of us would have honestly had a speech of appreciation to give that brother with the criminal record and the gold teeth selling CDs in front of the corner store? Let's keep it real. Honestly, would you have told that brother what I have told that brother? Would we have told that brother unsolicited, brother, I don't know you, but I love you. I appreciate you. I know that as a black man, you have probably had a tough history, yet here you are, hustling to make some money for your family. You are a king. You are divine. And if we were saying that to brothers who we consider regular Negroes at the corner store, what would those words of deep affirmation do for their spirits in that moment? So no, I will not. I refuse to share the video of Mr. Sterling being terrorized. I will not share another poem of mourning about how they're continuing to kill our men. Instead, I am issuing a challenge to each person who is reading this article or watching this video to honor and appreciate all of the black men who you encounter in the month of July, in the year of 2016, and really for the rest of all of our lives, if we can keep it up for that long. Even those black men who have a troubled past or a complex present. Now, we can find one good trait in anyone and 10 good traits in most people. Reflect on the men in your life. First, call or write the men who have affected you personally for the better. I'm not asking you to make anything up. I'm not asking you to be dishonest. I'm asking you to really reflect on the good contributions that black men have made in your life. These men may be friends, family, colleagues, former teachers or professors, mentors. Tell them specifically how they improved your life with their presence, words, actions, or example. Next, begin to honestly acknowledge the men who you encounter day to day. That brother stacking your groceries, serving up your mocha latte, pushing his son in a stroller, washing your car windows on the freeway, selling you CDs in the parking lot of the corner store. Tell that brother about the light that you see in him. You are a hard worker. I admire that. You a hustler for real, bruh. Keep shining. I see the God in you, man. What's up, King? I see you are an excellent father. You're going to go far in life. You have drive. I see that. You're destined for success. Again, I'm not asking you to make anything up. If you see a brother working hard at the grocery store, it's real. He's working hard. He's destined for success. Oftentimes, too many are quick to put black men's actions on the scales like, well, yeah, he's pushing his baby in the stroller, but how do we know that's not the first time that he saw his baby this month? Did he pay his child support? Is he still with the mama? Well, yes, he's working hard, but he's working at a minimum wage job. He must not be ambitious. He probably doesn't want anything out of life. Now, I'm guilty too. I'm guilty too. I'm not trying to put this onus on you. It's all of us. So we all have to work towards healing. Well, yes, he's somewhat good, but he's not perfect. That Negro ain't nothing really. He ain't really. What is it that causes society to create some platinum standard and weigh black men against it, always determining that their actions are not enough? If we feel that there is some way that we can help our brothers to improve, what help do we offer them? Do we go out of our way to tell them about jobs, scholarships, or advancement opportunities? How many of us stop and talk with young brothers bearing tattoos, jeans sagging, and ask them about their future goals? Does their presence evoke fear or love? If more of us feel fear when we see a black man than feel love, what type of hostile climate does that help to create? Now, I'm going to say that again because that is the most important point in this article, in this video. Does their presence evoke fear or love? I'm not talking about Jesse Williams and Will Smith. I'm talking about the regular brother with gold teeth that you see selling CDs in front of the corner store. Does his presence evoke fear or love? If more of us feel fear when we see a black man than feel love, what type of hostile climate does that help to create? I would like to hear your feedback on responses that you received from black men this week while practicing conscientious, intentional affirmations of our brother's divine masculinity. At least one per day, if not 10 per day, if not 20 per day, if not 50 per day. Please send me feedback and let's continue this dialogue for radical change through love. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to keep the police from murdering our black men. I'm not saying that this is gonna immediately turn things around. This is not one of those immediate solutions. But I'm saying that this will resurrect some black men who feel dead right now, who feel dead inside right now. This will resurrect somebody. So I'm asking you to take on this challenge. And if we love our black men, then that will set an example to change the energy for other people to begin loving and valuing our black men. Now, I'm not saying that it's your fault that these brothers are getting shot. I'm not saying that it's our fault, but I'm saying that we can create change through love. I love you all, and I'll write you again soon. Love and light. Nikala Asante.